we could talk to you about your daughter, Jane.
Before she was 11, she was Jane Ives. But how exactly did she wind up in the Hawkins lab? We've been buzzing to see what stories will unfold in the 4th season of Stranger Things. 11 has had such a traumatic life, from being kidnapped from her mother to all the mistreatment she faced while stuck at the Hawkins lab. We've met her lab sister Callie, so is it time to meet the rest of her siblings? How about the truth of who 11's birth father is?
I think this is why Mama wanted to talk.
Over the first 3 seasons of Stranger Things, we've gotten glimpses into the dark past that 11 has faced, and it seems like Season 4 will offer us some more insight into her origin story. But why have there been so many secrets surrounding it up until now? While we know 11 and Callie, aka 8, managed to escape, there were also other children who were in the Hawkins lab with them that we got to meet in the comics, like 3, aka Ricky, 6, aka Francine, 9, aka Jamie, and 9.5, aka Marcy. But we still don't know what happened to all of them. A Season 4 teaser potentially gives us some clues, as there are numbers that appear throughout. We've got the clock set at 3, a reflection into the camera of the rainbow that looks a bit like a 5, and the disc in the pachinko-like machine that lands in the 7 slot. Now that the series has established enough of the backstory and 11 is facing being separated from the strongest father figure she's ever had, judging by the trailer, the show might just be ready to share more information about her past and the other children who were at the Hawkins lab. Obviously, 11's past has been extremely traumatic, and we know that until now, she's forgotten many details of her life at the lab, like the existence of the rainbow room that Callie brought back to her memory. It's taken some time, but seeing the rainbow room once again makes us think that much more will be revealed, and it might just come from the people that she grew up with at the Hawkins lab. We also have been told by members of the team that Season 4 would be very dark and we'd experience an intense ride through Hawkins. From what we gather in the flashback to the lab trailer, the image we see of 11's face is seemingly from the present day and could indicate that this is a dream or potentially a real memory. What more will we hear from Dr. Brenner? He did say there was something special for the children to see.
Yeah, I understand.
We've slowly discovered bits of 11's past throughout the series, and it's all extremely dark. Dr. Brenner used her for her powers and put her in the position of having to help gaining intel on a Russian agent.
Yes, the bath.
She also did spend a lot of time in a sensory deprivation tank, which also led to more terrible things, like the Demogorgon she encountered after opening the gate to the Upside Down. As if that weren't difficult enough, Brenner made her face the Demogorgon again. Let's not forget the fact that when she wasn't being put through grueling psychological tests, 11 was also locked away by herself, with only Dr. Brenner for company on occasion. She's been through a lot and also has to deal with the horror and guilt that came with the lives that she ended. There is definitely trauma that could be getting in the way of her discovering the truth. We also know she was punished at the facility anytime she disobeyed Dr. Brenner, and seeing her locked away in the trailer only enforced that horrifying memory. As for Papa, aka Dr. Brenner, aka Badman, we know 11 is not a fan, even though he presented himself as a father figure to her.
11, can you hear me? 11.
Though since he kept her separated from the others so often, it's a hint that she was special to him.
We make history.
Before there was the 11 we all know and love, she was Jane Ives. However, the fact is, Jane never really got the chance to live a normal life. She's the biological daughter of Terry Ives, but the question of who her actual father is remains a mystery. Since Terry was being given psychedelic drugs and put in isolation tanks by Dr. Brenner as one of the test subjects of the MKUltra project, when she suddenly got pregnant, he played a vital part in what 11's existence was. One full of psychokinetic abilities. Terry Ives never got to know Jane Ives since she was immediately kidnapped by Brenner, and even though she tried to file a lawsuit, the lab was miles ahead of her and covered up any evidence of Jane Ives.
Terry, pretends like Jane is real.
Now there was only 11. Since we've met Terry before, there's definitely a chance of her making another appearance. Of course, we don't know how many answers she would have since she did suffer so much brain damage from Dr. Brenner's electroconvulsive therapy. However, Terry was able to communicate with 11 when she guided her through the lights before. One of the biggest questions we have left now is, who exactly is 11's biological father? In the tie-in novel Suspicious Minds, it's revealed that a man named Andrew Rich is the actual father of Eleven, though he never knew her since he was supposedly drafted to Vietnam before she was born. Now that Eleven is separated from Jim Hopper, who we last saw stuck in Russia, discovering the answers to mysteries from her past could help her connect with her family, both chosen and biological.
You know, the heart-to-heart.
When Joe Keery said Season 4 would be the darkest season of Stranger Things yet, he definitely wasn't kidding. The Hawkins lab obviously played a pivotal role in Eleven's life, so we'd love to learn more about that dark history. Do you think we'll finally find out who Eleven's biological father is?